morning, everybody. It's Chris here from Serene Education with the 4 majors and notes update for the 7th of May 2013. Morning, folks. For you Brightons out there, hope you had a fantastic bank holiday Monday. We had some good weather yesterday, and we're expecting, and we are having some good weather again for this Tuesday. For the others, I hope you had a fantastic weekend with family and friends. And let's crack on. We've got a lot of analysis to do. I'm going to do the 4 majors using our FX8 templates. We had a webinar last night and went down really, really well. Thanks for everybody for taking the time out to watch it with us and to learn something new. But let's have a look and see what the euro against US dollar has been doing since the Asian Open last night. So what has price been doing? Well, we've had a blue arrow and our candles all looking blue, and our institution 20 and 50 period moving average are all below price as it stands at the moment now. So one of positiveness, and the Fibonacci 38.2 Fib retracement here, this red line over here constitutes my monthly Fib retracement areas, is below price, which is good. So that's another solid signal that we should be looking for upside. However, our intraday, our near day or daily Fib retracement area, you can quite clearly see I have my 38.2 just above the 38 long term. So there's a bit of a consolidation area here that these two Fib areas have joined, and in doing so, you can see there's a lot of consolidation at this particular point. Price has failed to, on a number of occasions, actually breaking above this or consolidated at this level in the past. So here again, it's doing exactly the same thing. It's consolidative. We have had an attempt recently of breaking this current high, however, not really taking the reins and moving away with that. The RMO at that stage was looking negative. However, near term, you can see a positive move to the upside here. The RMO and the MACD have gone clear of the zero line, which is telling us it's positive. However, not making higher highs, which is important, guys. Always look and see what price is doing. Is it making higher highs? Is it making lower lows? And what is it doing, those higher highs or lower lows, in that time frame? Is it consolidative? Yes, it is. So we look at our box to see what's been happening, and you can quite clearly see there's a lot of it's very mismatched. Not a lot of true sentiment through here. We are seeing a bit of blue on the bigger time frame, so the upside sentiment is still looking positive long term. However, intraday we're seeing a bit of resistance and positiveness here. The most important one is the R squared here, and we are seeing negativity across that. So there is no true sentiment intraday, and we want to see sentiment either way. And if it's negative, then we want to see this all being blue regardless. So the R squared has to be showing a positiveness, and you can quite clearly see it's not. So intraday it's looking very undecided, and you can see price not being going anywhere very quickly, so not a good sign. The fact that it's actually pulled away from our current high is not a good sign. So there's a bit of negative sentiment intraday. However, all our moving averages are below price. Okay, at the moment now we've had a previous swing high just recently, this area around here, mid-April. So it's got to break below the institution, break below all of this, break below 38.2 in order to be looking for negativity long term. So there's a lot of support below price at the moment now. So intraday, we are going to see mixed signals. Here's my 4-hour candle. You can see quite clearly the highs. We've had a break lower, pull back, then a continue, but it's still trading above the 38.2. So in my eyes, this is still looking positive long term, because as long as it maintains above the monthly Fib retracement area here, we should still be looking for price to move to the upside, even if it's bearish consolidative. The institution is still below price. RMO is just above the zero. MACD is below the zero. However, you can quite clearly see on this move to the downside, which is in the same level as this, you can see the MACD is very much shorter or closer to the zero line, which is telling us that there's less sentiment moving lower because of that. And it's true because we have the 38.2 here. So for me, euro against US dollar, ideally we'd like to see it either trading positive up, breaking this prior consolidation, the swing low here, the 38.2 above us at 13,185. So look for a break and close higher than that, or a break and close lower than the 38.2, the monthly 38.2 here, 30,033. However, just be aware of the institution. So primarily breaking and trading below this range over here. So what I'm going to do now is put my alert above the 38.2 here and below the institution, because at the moment I was trading in this range. It's indecisive. Off to the US, to sterling against US dollar, good old cable. What's this pair been doing? As its European counterpart, making higher highs, swing high, fantastic. The institution is still above price. Last candle over here is blue. The arrow is blue and the candles are blue, fantastic. straight away, my monthly 23 fib retracement is below price, which is a good sign. So positiveness, we're looking for positive in this intraday. RMO, my daily is looking up. MACD is above. However, you can see over here on the MACD histograms, clearly consolidative, and you can see price is consolidative. It is consolidative because we are trading into a fib retracement area here from the current high in January to the current low that we saw just recently in March. You can see the 50% retracement area here has been a major sticking point for this particular pair over the past couple of days. In fact, the past week. And the longer we find resistance here, and there's more likely for price to pull back. And if she does pull back, she's going to head back towards the prior fib retracement she's come from, which was this prior resistance level here at the shape of 38.2. So from where she's trading right now to that level is a good 130 odd pips of profit to that. We only want a small percentage of that, but if we can gain all of that once she gives us a bearish engulfing candle and the RMO crosses below the zero line and MACD continues to do so. Intraday, you can see a lot more negativity, sparsely populated with blue here on the daily and weekly. The sentiment long-term still remains negative for sterling. However, you can see near-term here on our weekly and daily, we have seen upside, which is shown here. We have seen a bounce since March. And you can see our R squared on our smaller time frames is complementing the upside, so that negativity on our 5 and 15 minute is looking positive. However, 30 hourly and 4 hour, we don't have that sentiment with us at the moment. The longer we find resistance here at 50%, these will start turning blue as the negativity starts to take reign, and then we should be looking for bearish engulfing candle here on a 4 hour or so, and that will tell us we should be looking back towards the 38.2 here, which is 130 odd pips away to this level as our first target. US dollar Swiss franc. Let's have a look at the Swissy. What's this pair been doing? As you can quite clearly see over a period of time, the price is being, we saw a nice bounce to the upside in 2011, and we had a correction, but that correction actually failed to really materialize in this area, roughly around hitting into the 1,000 mark. As price failed to get above those, we saw retracing. However, since then, not really falling lower. You can see we haven't broken the 2012 Jan 2012 lows here at the 38.2. Price just been forming some supported list level and then consolidating. Price just moving sideways, not really making any true higher highs and any lower lows since then. And you can see like its euro counterpart, all the moving averages are pretty much right on top of each other. Let me just zoom in so you can see this. Our institution is just below price as you speak here, but we have the 20 and the 50 period just going sideways. You can see quite clearly, not really trending as it was just recently over the past couple of weeks, and just flat, which is not really a good sign. The 23.6 is still below price, acting as support, which is good, and you can see as long as the institution is also below price, actually helping her, then we should be looking for upside. However, the last arrow we had was a red one, and our candles are blue, so mixed signals straight away. If this to be really negative, then we need to be trading below the current low, which is down here. That has failed to materialize. So this selling signal over here at the moment now is null and void because we're still above the institution. Yes, we're making lower lows in terms of where the prices come from just recently. This high over here. So if you look at what price is doing in terms of where it's trading to, you can see the swing low recently here. So that's all in favor. Fantastic. However, in order for this to be a genuine negative sentiment trading signal, we do need to see price trading below this level down the bottom here. Okay, so it needs to get below the 23.6 in particular, below all these moving averages, including the institution, in order to give us that selling. At the moment now, like I see, it's just moving sideways, very indecisive. The arrows and the candles, etc., just don't add up. However, you can see intraday, our R squared is very much positive, and you can see there's a more red at the top here, so it's telling us there's more negative sentiment playing through on our smaller time frames. Our 4-hour chart, let's have a look at the 4-hour chart. What's been showing here on the 4-hour, you can quite clearly see the institution is above price, yes, which is good, which is what we want to see in a negative trend. The last arrow we had was a blue arrow, blue candles, and the institution is where price is trading right now into the institution. So we've got mixed signals here, a lot more buying sentiment coming through on our 4-hour. However, we've got the institution to get above. Okay, if we fail to see that happening, then we're rallying into a resistance level intraday, and you can quite clearly see here over the past couple of hours in particular, swing high, but clear resistance over the past 20 hours or so. MACD has waned because of that. If price is making higher highs, then you want to see the MACD complementing that as she's moving up. So here you can see lower lows and the MACD moving lower. However, here as she's moving higher, the MACD is lower. So it's not a good sign as the institution here. So we want to see if this is to be genuine buying sentiment intraday. We want to put a trigger alert above the current high. So roughly around here somewhere. This current high here. Put in a trigger alert in there for break and close higher, and that would dictate that sentiment intraday is still looking wanting to go up. And if that's the case, then we should be targeting prior highs, which is up here that we saw in April 2013. So US dollar, Japanese yen, last pair of the day. Let's have a look and see what this one's doing. Quite clearly in a very bull trend, has been in a bull trend since September of 2012. However, near term, heading into the 50% retracement on our monthly target, retracement on our monthly figures, and clearly resistance through here. We've had resistance since early April, so major monthly resistance here, once, twice, three. We're hitting 4 times into this resistance there, and you can quite clearly see prices failing. We have the last arrow on our daily, which is blue. Candles are blue, and most of this is, there seems to be more blue on here because we are very much in an uptrend. However, you can see there's a bit of negativity on our intraday time frames. Our institution moving average is pretty much below price on every other time frame besides the 5 and the monthly. That's telling us we're in a bull trend. RMO exactly the same. Majority of it's above the 0 line, which is telling we're in a positive trend besides the 15 and 30 minutes. So we should be looking for upside. However, the more time she fails at this level at the 50%, there's more likely long term for price to give up, and then we should be looking for trades to the downside. If she does pull back, then she's likely to pull back to the price support and resistance recently, which is this current one over here, which is at 96.68 and change. So prior resistance, support, and support recently. So that would be the first target, and where price is trading right now to this level, you're looking at a healthy 231 pips or so. So take away the spread, etc., you're still left with a good 220 pips or so of profit. So we've got to wait for a bearish engulfing candle here, an exhaustion candle, especially on your 4-hour or hourly. You can see the RMO has dropped as we've headed higher. So the sentiment's starting to wane now as we fail at breaking this resistance level. It's still above the 0, which is still a positive trend. However, if it fails to break above here, then this trend's going to start looking one of consolidativeness. And if we see that, then we should be targeting the downside to these levels over here. MACD is still below the 0 line, so it's still telling us we've seen a pullback. And if as long as it remains below the 0, then we should start looking for potential trades to the downside. So let's have a look at the 4-hour chart here. We get a buy signal in the US dollar, Japanese yen, but that's null and void until we actually see price trading above this area here at above the 50% retracement on a monthly. Okay, you can see the RMO is just above the 0, MACD is just above the 0. So not looking all that. It's still positive, but however at a resistance. Okay, hourly. Let's have a look at the hourly quite quickly. A lot of consolidation, price just going sideways over the Asian session. RMO is still above the 0. MACD is moving back towards the 0, so consolidative. So if this is to be genuine negative to the downside, we want to see the current support area being broken through here, RD and hourly candle close, which will give us a bearish sentiment to the downside. And that's the case, then that will tell us we should be looking short for the foreseeable future. We could short into the institution, which is a good 61 pips away. However, our long-term target would be the one that I drew on the 96.68 mark down the bottom, which is our 220 pip range to the bottom. Okay, guys, that's it for today. Hope you have a fantastic trading day. I hope you enjoy the weather, which is paramount. We don't get fantastic weather outside. But if you are using this particular template, please follow the rules of it. Please understand it. If you have any questions regarding this particular template, please don't hesitate to drop us an email at info@sereneeducation.com. Okay, well, Serene Education will help you if you're interested in purchasing this one. Also, there again, just let us know at info@sereneeducation.com, and we'll send you all the details regarding it. Other than that, back it up with sound money management, guys. You might have the prettiest looking strategy in the world, but if you don't have money management to back it up, it's worth nothing. So please be vigilant with your money management tools. There again, look at the fundamentals today, guys. Do you have any important news out today? And if so, please be aware of it and see how it's reflecting on price. So if you see a lot of news regarding the Eurozone, the next one I think at 11 this morning, GMT, we have German factory month-on-month figures. That could be detriment to Euro, because if you look at it, excuse me, we could see we're trading into a major support over here. We're still above the institution, the monthly fib retracement here, and still and the institution still below price. So if we get some positive euro figures on the German manufacturing factory orders, that's likely to push the euro higher against the US dollar. So look for that sentiment to come through. We do get a fantastic figure. Then near term, we should be looking at intraday highs, and where it's trading now to the next level, which is the 38.2. You're looking at a healthy 50 pips away. So be aware of that. See how it factors into price, and then trade it accordingly. I'm gonna leave you for today. I'll see you tomorrow morning. Until then, you guys trade serenely.